Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today we'll be talking about CSS framework, CSS framework, CSS framework, and it's going to be an interesting topic because we are still in the process of understanding what CSS can do and all of that. So please flow with me. If you Today is the deadline. Mr. Daniel, if you're on this call, please, today is the deadline for assignment. You just message me in regards to I've not marked your assignment. I'll do that at the end of today. Today is the deadline. So for those of you that have not done your previous assignment, please go on and do it and submit it because I'll be grading you. I've graded some persons already and I'll do that. I'll do the remaining persons today because today is the deadline. Now, good afternoon, everyone. We are still in the process of understanding.
Please, I've already submitted mine. No.
I know now. Mute your mics for God's sake. I know. I said I will mark the remaining ones today. That is clear enough. Please. So we are still understanding CSS. CSS is cascading style sheets. We've gone into understanding how CSS can actually work, and then we've actually understood what CSS can do, improve aesthetics, and all of that. Now, just to repeat again for those joining, I said today is the deadline for the assignment. If you watch closely, I would mark the remaining ones today. Please, just so if you've not submitted, go on to submit your assignment. I will grade them today. Please, if you watch closely, most persons have already been graded. Those are submitted earlier on, you've been graded. So for those of you that submitted of recent and submit today, I will grade you this evening. That is very clear enough. Thank you, everyone. Now, CSS is called cascading style sheets, and then in our previous class, we tend to understand better what CSS can do. We're able to learn grid box, flex box, and all of that. Today, we'll be diving more deep into learning CSS frameworks and what CSS frameworks mean. We'll also learn how to create a navbar. We'll also learn how to create a navbar. I know if you've gone on websites, you see home, contact us, about us, those links, those nav links. We'll try to understand how to do them with the power of whatever framework we will be using, whether it's crude CSS or a framework. Please just plead with us and you understand every part of it. If you get confused, just during the question and answer session, try to ask your question and then you'll be clarified. All right, I need the help of somebody. Mr. B, can you hear me now? Mr. B, I need someone. Mr. B has always been helping me before. Not in that.
We can hear and see.
Okay, okay, Fumi, can you see my screen if you can hear me?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Thank you so much. So I will be working with
I can hear you, but I can't see the screen.
And it's from your own end. Are you using a phone?
Yes, I'm using a phone.
It's from your own end. I wish I can help you. Help us mute your mic, please. Thank you. Fumi, so I'll be working with you. If at any point you can't see my screen, I give you permission to mute your mic and then tell me that you can't see see my screen. You can't. Let me see. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. So at any point you can't see my screen, please unmute your mic and then tell me you can't see my screen. Thank you so much. Fumi, can you still hear?
Okay.
Let me confirm that.
Yes, I can hear and see your screen.
Thank you so much. So let's begin. So good afternoon, everyone. So Fumi, let me confirm from your end. Can you see frameworks in
Yes, you are
CSS?
good. You are good.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. So to be learning a concept called frameworks in CSS. Frameworks in CSS. This is our week 3 and this is our 5th session. And today we'll be diving into frameworks in CSS. If you observe closely, we are moving with the speed of light. That's because we have a limited time. So don't expect for me to dwell so much on one thing. So we'll be learning a whole lot of things and then we'll join them and then build a better product. That's why we are learning every single piece of. It's like a tool. It's like someone going to war. You have to gather things you need. So we started with learning HTML, learning what HTML is. We learned some HTML tags and all of that. So today, after touching CSS a bit, we are going to a bit, last week. This week, we are about to learn what a CSS framework is. Now, what is a framework? A framework is a pre-written set of CSS code, sometimes with JavaScript, that provides ready-to-use styles and components to help you build websites faster and more consistently without writing all the CSS from scratch. I would explain. A framework, let me repeat that. A framework is a pre-written set of CSS code, sometimes with JavaScript, that provides ready-to-use styles and components to help you build what websites faster and more consistently without writing all the CSS from scratch. Now, if you watch closely, the CSS we wrote last week. Please, I don't want to repeat this again. If you join in, mute your mic. You are disturbing and it's like trying to block others from understanding what is going on. It echoes once two persons' mic is on. It echoes, and others will not have a free flow session. Help us to mute your mic. I say that almost every 5 to 10 minutes because we keep doing it. A framework is a pre-written set of CSS code. What it means is that, for example, I will show us our practicalize it, but let me explain. If you watch closely, the CSS we wrote was almost too much. The one I wrote, I think almost to the closing of the class, to build that aesthetics you saw. It was so many. But there's a way, not a shortcut, but there's another pattern. That's why you're a programmer. That's why we are programmers, and this field is programming because you can do things that require you 24 hours in 12 hours using some certain methods. Now, instead of writing all those long lines of code I wrote the last time, there's a pattern in which you can write it half of the time and in a more efficient way. That pattern, that way is called CSS frameworks. Now we have some few CSS frameworks that exist and are being used. We will be learning just one for today. We'll be using one to learn for today. Yes, we'll also do some comparison. What it means that we'll write will build a particular thing and use normal CSS code, CSS code from scratch, and they will write using a CSS framework and see how it would look and how much time both of them will take. So what am I saying in essence? Is framework is already a pre-written CSS code bundle and already provides ready to use styles and components to help you build websites. It does not require you to start writing a whole lot of CSS. That and many more is what we seek to achieve for today. Now, let me try to use an example from reality to actually explain better. If you okay, it wouldn't give us a better explanation, but it would make more sense. Now, there are two ways to have in Nigeria here. You can have fish in your food. There are two ways you can achieve that. One way, before I go on, Fumi, please, can you hear me? And please confirm that you can see my screen.
I can hear and see your screen.
Correct.
No, sir. Can I say something?
What's the
It's
issue?
like you are sitting in front of the fan. Anytime that
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Okay, so is it better now?
Yes, it's better now. Thank you, sir.
Correct.
Anyway, sir.
Okay. Now, there are two ways to have fish in your food. There are two ways. The first one is to either go to the market and buy the fish and then work on the fish, cook the fish, and then start putting it in your desired meal. Maybe you want to have it with either indomie, rice, or whatever, spaghetti, macaroni, or whatever. The second way is to actually just enter any shop close by to you and do what? Buy a can of what? Sardine. Empty the sardine into whatever pots of meal you want to prepare. So the sardine is the CSS framework. It has already been prepared, tastes nice, and it has been packaged already. So all you need to do is just empty the can and apply it in whatever meal you're cooking. But CSS, writing your own CSS from scratch is like going to the market, looking for where they sell fish, buy the fish, come back home, prepare the fish, and make sure it tastes good, then apply it in your meal. But all the same, you will still achieve the purpose of what? Having fish in your meal. Whether you use both the buying fish, buying the sardine can, or you go to the market, anyone you choose to do, but you still achieve the aim of what? Having fish in your meal. That being said, I hope that gives a perfect example of what CSS framework is, and then crude CSS. Going forward, let's continue. Now, what does a CSS framework do? What a CSS framework does? It provides predefined classes and layout systems like grid, ready-made UI components, buttons, forms, navbars, cross-browser compatibility out of the box, a set of design conventions that promote consistency. Examples of CSS framework: we have Tailwind, CSS, we have Windy CSS, we have Tachyon CSS, Atomic CSS, and Bootstrap. I know if you've been learning on your own, you must have come across whatever I'm saying. Yes, so today, our aim and what we choose to actually achieve is to learn how to use both of them and see the beautiful and dynamics and the difference we'll get in three of them. Yeah, so let me go for now. Tailwind. Tailwind. What is Tailwind? What is Tailwind? Tailwind is a utility first CSS framework. This means instead of writing custom CSS styles in a separate CSS file, you build your UI by applying predefined utility classes directly in your HTML or React elements. Each class does one specific job, like setting a margin color, font size, etc. So guys, before I digress to Tailwind, let me recap for those that are still confused. CSS framework is a ready-made packaged CSS that has been packaged in a box, and then all you need to do is what? Apply it on your desired work. So instead of creating a new file for CSS on your web page, on your project, instead of creating another file, all you need to do is just apply it, bring it on your index of HTML and apply it on the go. You don't even need to stress. You don't even need to stress. That's what we seek to achieve and learn how to use it. Now, I would be teaching us Tailwind. Tailwind is an example of a CSS framework. It is easy to use. We can't learn all the frameworks because they are pretty much. We'll just be learning one. We'll just learn one and then use it and apply it on our work. Yes, we can also learn Bootstrap, but we'll be starting with Tailwind because it's more easier and understandable, at least for entry-level guys like you. Now, that being said, I have also told us types of CSS frameworks, which they are here. Now, just look at these and picture them in your mind as packaged sardine that has fish inside, as I told you, but different products of sardine. For those who are conversant with sardines, I'm not a fan of sardines, but I remember that we have different brands of sardines, like Titus. I don't know if there are other types that have come out, but I know that Titus sardine is not just the only sardine we have in malls. We also have different brands. Okay, we have sunflower sardine. I remember sunflower sardine is a type of sardine, it's a brand of sardine. We also have Titus. So I'm just using that as a yardstick. Now look at these Tailwind CSS, Windy CSS, Tachyons, Atomic CSS, Bootstrap as what? Types of CSS frameworks as already packaged. Look at them as already packaged sardine waiting to be used by you. Your food that you're preparing is your web page, your HTML page. Just have that picture in your mind. Going forward, what is Tailwind? Tailwind is a utility first CSS framework. It's a utility first CSS framework. This means instead of writing custom CSS styles in a separate CSS file, you can just build your UI by applying predefined utility classes directly in your HTML elements. Each class does one specific job, like setting margin color, font size, etc. Going forward, why should we use Tailwind? No need to write CSS file, external CSS file, rapid styling directly in markup, highly customizable with configuration file, avoids large unused CSS code bases. It has built-in responsiveness. Yes, you don't need to write external CSS file. You don't need to have much things. It has a rapid styling directly in markup, highly customizable with configuration file. It avoids large unused CSS code bases, and it has built-in responsiveness. Please, going forward, Fumi, please, can you still see my screen and can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes, I
hear
can
and see
hear
your
and see your
screen.
screen.
Thank you so much, because I'm having messages that I can't see your screen. Now, that being said, let's us see what it truly can do. We've learned the theoretical aspect. Let's now apply a sardine in our meal and understand the dynamics. All right, this was from our last class. Now, what we are all seeking to achieve is all these lines of code from one. How many lines of code? It's how many lines? It's closing up to 77. Instead of writing these 77 lines, why can't we achieve it in another way that is more faster, more efficient, more sweet, and more easier? That's what we are all trying to learn. That's what I'm all trying to teach you. Now, let me close no need to close this because I'll still use this file. I would start with the, let me clear everything. Okay, so I put the title as Understanding CSS Frameworks. Let me type in some things. What is wrong? I don't need this now. What's the issue?
Sorry,
Sorry,
sir.
sir.
Most
Most
of
of
us
us
can't
can
see.
see.
Fumi, can you see my
Just
screen?
yeah.
Yes, I can
Yes, I
see.
can see.
Are you using a phone? Not you, Fumi. The guy complaining, are you using a phone?
I'm joined. I joined on my
I joined on
PC.
my PC.
Is there anybody aside him that cannot see my screen?
I can't
Yes,
see
yes,
it.
sir.
I can't see
I
your
can't see
screen
your
also,
screen
sir.
also,
Oh,
sir.
I see your screen.
It has stopped. Oh, I can't see your screen.
But Fumi, you can see my screen, right?
I can
I
see it
can
and I'm
see it and
using
I'm
a
using
phone.
a phone.
And you can see the codes I'm writing.
I can
I
see the
can
code
see
you
the
are
code you are
writing.
writing.
So
You
how
are
come?
You
on
are on
my
my
logo.
logo.
Thank you. Aside Fumi, can anyone still see my screen? Aside Fumi.
Yes, I
Yes,
can
yes,
see
I
it.
can see
I
your
can see your screen, sir.
I can see it.
Please, for those that cannot see my screen, please, it's not my fault at all. It's your network. It's your network playing games. It's not my fault.
I've switched my network, still the same thing.
But I can hear you perfectly well. What should I do? The class must go forward. A percent of the class can see my screen. I can hear me clearly.
So the
So,
thing
sir,
was
the thing was
visible before
visible
now.
before
Before you
now.
asked
Before you
us
asked us
to switch it
to
off.
switch it off.
Now we've
Now
switched
we
off. Coming
switched
back
off.
to
Coming
judge
back to
this
judge
thing now.
this thing now. Sir, please stop sharing and share
Please
again.
stop sharing and share again.
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, I'm not speaking. I'm typing out the. I'm just typing. For me, that's you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm typing out the. Um, I'm typing out the codes. That's why I'm not speaking. For me, please, can you still see that I'm still typing? Like, is
Yes,
this
I
still showing you?
can see.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so guys, what I seek to achieve is let me go live so that I show this more clearly. So if you watch well, I'm trying to create a nav bar of my logo, home, about, and contact. I seek to achieve to create a nav bar using both the CSS framework we've learned today and both the normal CSS so that you can see an example and how much and how efficient both of them, the comparison would look like. So first things first, let me use normal CSS and see this whole particular one would consume our time, but using a CSS framework would cut down on our time. So first things first, let me style the nav. So I'll pick up the class. The first thing is this nav. Let me style it. So I'll pick it up. So currently we have a you can see what has happened. My logo, home, about, and contact. This is called a nav bar. It's called a nav bar. The header, you can also call it as a header. So let's continue. So you can see my logo has been fixed. It's now looking more colorful. You can name this to whatever you choose to name it. Just hold on. So my logo has actually been fixed. You can see it showing. So let's go on to fix the remaining one. I worked on the logo. If I go back to my HTML file and pick up this particular, the nav links, is home, about us, and contacts. So I would go and then dot nav links, display flex, gap 20px. So you can see how beautiful it looks. It makes more sense now. A logo, you can name this to any of your desired logo, home, about, and contact. Yeah, so now let's go back and achieve this same thing using CSS frameworks. Let's go back and achieve the same thing using CSS framework. Let me confirm this. Okay, so let's now go back and achieve this same thing using CSS framework, a CSS framework called Tailwind. Fumi, please confirm you can see my screen and hear me.
Yes, I can
Yes, I
hear you
can
and
hear
see
you
your
and see
screen.
your screen.
Yes, can you see both my screen and hear me perfectly well?
What?
What?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can
Yes,
see
I
your
can see your
screen.
screen.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So let me go back and then use a CSS framework instead of all of these. So I'll clear all of these. Okay, no need, let me just keep them. So now when you want to use a framework, what should you do? What should you do? The first thing you will do is import the framework on your work. Import the framework on your work. So at this stop, instead of this index.css, I will clear this linkage to my index.css. And once I clear it, I would now import this. Okay, so currently now, anywhere we choose to use Tailwind CSS, it would now be applied. Now we've bought our can of sardine. Now we can now apply it on the go. So what will be the next procedure? Let us now style this nav. Let's now style it. And you see how quick and efficient it would be instead of using the last one we use. So I will give it a background of justify justify between between items. So let's check if let's okay. So you can see with just one line of code, we still let me remove that let me remove it so it doesn't seem like okay. Let me remove it entirely. Let me remove it. Now let me remove this also. So you can see my logo, home, about, and contact now. Beautiful. You can see that it's looking like the way it was looking before. Now Okay, so you can see how efficient, with just one line of code, we were able to achieve all that we wrote here, all that we were writing here, and all of that with just lines, one line of code. That's what a framework. This is to show you an example. It's not an in-depth. This is just an example to show you how CSS framework works, how it operates, So with just one particular line of code, we are able to achieve all that we've been writing of about how many lines? 22 lines. That's the power of a framework. That's the power of CSS framework. Now, before we proceed, I want to take in questions at this point. Now, before I continue, I know that I understand clearly. Most persons cannot see my screen. The hassle of seeing my screen and all of that, please, it is not deliberate. Most times, network can be funny. Some parts of the class can see my screen, some parts cannot see my screen. Entirely, it's not my fault that you can't see my screen. So please forgive me if at any point you see the screen, you can't see the screen. It's not really my fault. There's little that I can do to actually um, aid you to see the screen. So please, sorry about you not seeing my screen. I've received a lot of messages while I was typing, and that's why I have to actually do this. Fumi, you can still see my screen, right? If I can confirm
Yes,
from you.
I can see your screen.
Okay, sorry for I tend to disturb you almost every minute. I just want to make sure that some persons can still see the screen. So please,
It's okay.
yeah. So please let us not get so confused. I will still take my time and do a write out on the group to still make us understand what a CSS framework is and what it is all about. Please. So at this point, let me take in questions.
Yeah,
Sir,
I just, I
the
just,
question
the
I
question I
want to ask
One
is
by
it
one.
after
It's one by
this
one.
program?
It's one by one. One by one. So you can go on.
Okay,
Let
I
me
mean,
mute
is it
my.
after I should mute or I should speak
Let
up?
me mute. No, no. Go on. Mudashiru, go on.
Okay, sir. I said, is it after today lecture, will you be able to watch it on the dashboard from the website, from my own account?
You mean this particular class?
Yes, because I cannot see, because I can't comprehend. I did not even understand what you are saying so far because I did not see the screen. And I know that it happened to many like that.
Okay. That's why I'm taking my time to apologize. Please, to everyone that you're not seeing my screen, my apologies for that. So please, yes, it will be available on your dashboard.
Today.
Not today, tomorrow.
Okay, no
So
problem.
please, I have a question.
Steph, what's the question? Easy.
I said I wanted to ask,
Speak. Can't hear you. Come closer to your device.
if it's possible, like the class can be uploaded, and then I think the third and the class that was using my Telegram already. The first I attended, but then visit it again. Last visit with it as well. It can also be uploaded as well. Record class.
That's a number today.
Sir, please, they want to say something.
Can you hear me?
All the classes have been uploaded on the dashboard. Have you checked of recent?
Yes, I only saw the first two.
Go and check again.
They are all there.
They are all there, sir.
They are all
Okay,
there.
okay.
And Daniel, you wanted to speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Sir, please,
Please,
I discovered that
I discovered that
I know
I
no more
am
able
no
to
more
write
able
on
to
the
write
group.
on the group.
All the
All
group
the
is locked,
group is
and
locked.
I've been observing
Why?
people
And
have
I've
been
been
writing,
observing
but
people
me,
have
I
been
cannot
writing, but
do
me, I
anything.
cannot do anything.
It is like that because the group started becoming very rowdy. People were missing out on information and assignments. So it is better it is locked. It will only be open on a condition that anything you're actually sending is something that is important and will benefit everyone. By the time someone comes, maybe someone has not been online, the person comes, the person is seeing over different messages, and then confusion begins. I've observed that there have been clarity these past days that the thing has been locked. So if we see reason to open it, no problem.
Sir, I
But
wanted
why
I
is
wanted
some
to
people
say
able
Some
to
people
able to
able
send
to
messages,
send
but
messages,
some
but
cannot send? Because like
some
me, I
cannot send.
don't have
It's
Because
access
like me,
to
I
any of
don't
the
have
Daniel, it's
access to any
magic.
of the group.
Daniel, it's magic. I'll not lie for you. It's magic. But no problem. I'll think of how your own magic can work so that you can comment on this one.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
thank you,
I
sir.
have a question.
I have a question.
okay. Miss Tari, one by one. Let Fumi go. Fumi, what's your question?
Yeah, my question is not on today's class.
Okay.
Can I go?
Go on. Go on.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Go on. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, I can hear
Okay, I
you.
can hear you.
It is about
About the
last
class
meeting
meeting
about
about
Git
Git
on
Okay.
and
and the
assignment.
assignment.
Now, when
Now,
I'm
when
done
I'm done
writing the
writing
code,
the code,
how will I
how
push
will
it
I
to the
push it to
Git
the
on?
Git on?
I said we would have a class tomorrow, 20 minutes before we start our main class.
So this
So this
assignment,
assignment,
how should
how
I
should I
submit it?
submit it?
I don't know how you do it, but don't worry. I saw your
hello,
message. I will
hello.
reply you.
Thank
Maybe
you, sir.
Thank you,
we'll
sir.
do it privately. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Sylvester,
Good
what's your
afternoon, sir.
question?
Risky, sorry, I'm on.
I'm on.
Chris,
Sir,
Sylvester, what's
I
the
wanted to
I
question?
wanted to ask.
I think
I think
maybe if we have
maybe if we have
questions that are not
questions that
related
are not
to this
related to this
particular class,
particular class,
they should be
they
left
should be
till
left
after the
till
class
after the
so that we
class
don't get
so that we don't get
confused.
confused.
Okay.
Now,
Do you
my
have a
question
My
question
is
for
question
this
is
class?
yes,
yes,
Okay,
yes.
go on.
yes.
Now, when you
Now,
were
when you
writing
were
the
writing the
code on the
on the
tailwind,
tailwind,
you
Sylvester,
wrote a couple of
just a
couple of
second. Sylvester, just a second. A second.
can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me, sir?
Hello, sir. We
Hello,
can
sir.
hear
We
you.
can hear you.
He said just a second.
He
It's like
said
he
just
went
a
somewhere.
second, like you went somewhere.
Sylvester, please go on. I have to quickly fix something. Go on.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
What I wanted to
What I
understand
wanted to
is
understand
when
is
you were
when you were
using the
using
tailwind,
the tailwind,
after the
after the
class,
class,
you wrote a
you
couple
wrote
of
a couple
codes.
of codes.
Are you going to teach us to know how to write this code? Or there is a way we can get to know them?
Yes, I will teach you some.
That's what I'm saying.
I will teach you some.
Okay, sir.
Yes. I just wanted to show you to be able to communicate. Hold on and let me finish. So me, I'm coming. Just hold on. Sylvester, I just wanted to be able to show you what the two can do, like the comparison between both of them. I earlier told us that I related one to a can of sardine, and I related one to like going to the market to buy fish. You remember. So I just wanted to show you, okay, this is how it can be. Does it make sense? So when we go on, you tend to understand more.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Risky, you have a question. Let me hear you.
Yeah, I've not been joining the class because I'm not busy. But I noticed something inside the Telegram we study that most people there they are beginners and it's actually funny. And we also have some that are not beginners. I think there are more than beginners inside our own stuff. And this thing is getting like I don't know how you are trying to teach them, but most people get what's going on. Like GitHub, I think we have like 10% of us that know more about GitHub than this. And explaining to others might make it easy for some. Why some can't learn online, I don't like to do it because the rate
Wait,
of
did
that
you
cannot
join the
increase.
class? Did you join the class on time?
Yes, sir.
Did you join the class on time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I earlier said I would use 20 minutes of tomorrow's time to teach us Git and GitHub.
I think what was that you can do it for us, but I'm trying to find a way that the class can also assist you. Not that they will put all the burden on you. Like if I'm legible now and someone asks me about GitHub, I'll be able to respond to that person and give that person the guide to do it. Unlike coming to the class and asking you over and over again. Because if you do it for us tomorrow, I know some people still come back tomorrow or day after
So
tomorrow.
what are you saying in essence? What are you saying in essence? Tell me.
I don't know how we can talk to each other inside the Telegram group and assist each other in this class. Because I've tried to send message to the group, they're not going through anymore.
Okay, no problem. So what will happen is I will okay, don't worry. I think before tomorrow we'll fix that so that we can have peer partners. Would that make sense?
Yes, sir. That's very good.
Okay, all right. Show me, you can go on. Show me your next. Ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Tommy.
Okay, sir. Please, I want to ask about this tailwind that you just did now.
Go on.
Are we to be writing it inline, or we have to create an external CSS just like the previous one you did?
If you're creating an external CSS, then no need for it. Now the purpose for it is for you not to prepare your raw fish anymore. That's why we are buying sardine, right? To save time and then to be quick and efficient. So you don't need to create an external file. You saw the way I did it, I'll still recap about that. So all you need to do is just apply it inline on the go. Does it make sense? You don't need to create an external file.
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Who's next? Merit, you wanted to ask a question.
Yes, sir. When you do like FF, is it a cram work or how do you get that? Like in your color FF.
Oh,
is it like
a good now? I thought of CSS color, right? Did I teach us about CSS X code? I did some days back. It's X code, so X color code. There are so many of them. I was able to know them offhand because I've been writing code and I know how to get white, black, and all of that. So it's now left for you. I'll share resources where you can see thousands, sorry, not thousands, so many of them. So if you want black, there's an X code for it. Instead of just writing black, VLACK, it makes it look more professional. Do you now understand, Merit?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So don't be scared and say, oh, what is he doing and all of that. It looks strange. No, I taught us in our last class X code. So let's not be scared. I would share a resources that has so many X code for orange, X code for black, X code for all of that. So instead of using the name orange, you can use the X code. Now, who has question? Next person. Go on, Abiodun. Abiodun, you want to speak?
Yes, sir. Good
Yes,
evening,
sir.
sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. I
Yes,
want
sir.
to
I
ask
want to ask
about
about
attendance.
attendance.
I've been
I've
trying
been
to mark
trying to mark that
attendance,
attendance,
but
but
not be able to
not
do
be able
that.
to do that.
Is it for today? For today?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Abiodun, why are you faster than your shadow? Usually, what during class sessions, that's when you open attendance. Attendance has not been open, but you now wait. You should now wait. Okay, oh, attendance has been open. Then you go marking attendance. I've
Noted.
settled
Thank
this.
you.
Mudashiru, what's your issue?
Yeah, my issue.
I want to
I
ask
want to
because I
ask
was
because
on
I
the
was
site
on
now.
the
I saw
site now.
that
I saw
I've not
that
been
I've
given
not been
grade
given grade
You
with
got
the
not
two
given.
assignment that I did.
I will grade
So
you for. I will grade you. Don't worry. I will grade you.
okay,
Okay,
okay, sir.
okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir. No
Okay, sir.
problem.
No problem.
So, guys, just to recap, a CSS framework is a predefined set of CSS written works already. That all you need to do is just to get it and then apply it on the go. Import it on your file. Once you've imported it, you get it on the go. Now, how do you import? But first of all, let me show something. So this is actually CSS. You can see that I'm explaining. Just hold on. After I'm done, you continue. Okay. So CSS framework it's an already predefined set of CSS written lines of code that has been written already. All you need to do is just import it on you and then apply it on the go. How do you apply it on your HTML work? You do it by writing these. So on your header environment, all you need to do is import the CSS framework by using scripts src equals to http cdn tailwind.css.com. Currently now, immediately you do this, you have imported the framework on your work. Now, the next thing you should go on is now apply the utility classes. For instance, instead of writing background color of see what we did here for this nav. For this nav, we had background color. Let me not use X code so that we understand. So we have a background color of black here. We have padding, we have display, justify content, align items, almost consuming how many lines and making our work look too big. So you don't need to do all of that with CSS framework. In CSS framework, all you need to do is you just write your BG -gray -100. This 100 is the amount, like how thick do you want the color to be. So if I use 900 for example, and then go on our site, you can see that it's now thick. the background color of the nav is now thick. So if I go back and I use 300, for example, you can see that it's now light. So that's how do you want the intensity of the background color to be? And that's what this 300 is. Then now, you remember in our index of CSS, we had this box shadow, we had we had justify contents, we had padding for the y-axis, padding for the x-axis, horizontally and vertical. So how do you want it to be? In our CSS framework, instead of writing padding 15px, 30px, all we write is what? Px, and py -4, -6. Then we go on to, instead of writing display flex, you just write flex there. We also go on justify between items center, that's all. And it now covers the entire thing you're writing here. Something I did not teach us in the last class. In CSS, we have the selector, we have the property, and the value. Now, what is the selector? For example, this logo, we gave it a class selector. This class is a selector. It enables us to style the logo. So if you come on your CSS, you can see I picked up the dot logo. The dot logo is called a selector. It's called a selector. Yes, it's called a selector. You can see it. It's called a selector. It enables you to style your work properly. Now, where is now the properties situated? This font size, font weight, color, all of this you're seeing are called properties. Now, where are the values? 24px, bold, and this color here are called properties. So when someone asks you, oh, where is your selector? Where are the properties of the selector you are doing? And then what values did you give to them? You should be able to communicate to them that this is this, this is that. So remember, the dot logo is the selector, font size is the property, 24px is the value given to the property. Yes, with that, we now understand what CSS framework is and what Tailwind can do. Tomorrow, we deep diving into understanding Tailwind on a more deeper level. Today is just scratching the surface and dropping something in our minds. Now, let me take in questions. So someone wanted to ask a question. Please ask your question now.
Yeah, okay. I want to know, is it right to use the CSS or just the I can't really see your screen, but I'm just asking.
So, what did you say? Can't hear you well.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You said you weren't seeing my screen.
I still can't see your screen, but that's fine.
Okay.
I want to know, is it what do you advise? Use the framework, just use the native CSS.
Okay, so big heads, let me give you one advice. I don't know when last I wrote native CSS, crude CSS. You know why? Now, someone asked a question in the last class that can you have multiple CSS files? I say yes, why not? Go on, enjoy yourself. But when you have a project you start to work on, because very soon, months from now, many of us will start building, we would grow, we'll start handling projects, big projects from brands, businesses, and all companies and all of that. When you now start handling those projects, and then you have 2 weeks as the time frame from that project, and you know deep down you know that you have a lot of things that you would style, and those styling will require like 1,000+ lines of CSS. If how many content you are doing, you just take how many lines, 20 something lines. Imagine working on a more bigger project, and think of how 1,000 lines or 2,000 lines of CSS codes will be. But in all of that, we can achieve it in a more simpler, more efficient, and more sweeter way to save our time and make us more productive. Using a CSS framework, we can cut that time short and still achieve the same thing. Now, is it wrong? Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. CSS frameworks are widely used by big companies. Please, in fact, big companies don't even use your native CSS because its loading time would be something else and all of that. So they use frameworks. Yes, yes, ask people. CSS frameworks are what is being used by major companies. Exactly. So please, if I would advise you, I would advise you that pick your poison. That's the right word to use. Pick your poison. Do you want to go through the hustle of doing all of that, writing native CSS? Sure, you can, because you love work. Do you also want to use a CSS framework? Yes, you can. You can use both. Just do it. I cannot advise you. You should know when to use this and know when to use that. So does it make sense now, big heads?
Yeah,
I
Okay. Who has questions? Okay. Um, please start marking your attendance. For those that have not been graded, I will grade you. Today is the deadline. I will grade you. Then tomorrow we would have our Git and GitHub class, 20 minutes into the class. Yeah, you can go on. I can hear you.
So for the first many of our say that
You
I
said?
don't need the grades. First assignment that we put.
Yeah, I will grade us. I will grade us. I will also
Yeah,
grade us.
yeah.
Not being graded
not
on
been
the
graded
summer
on the
one.
summer one.
Yes, yes, I will grade everybody. I will grade everybody.
So I have a
I will grade
question.
Okay, Deborah, what's the question?
So is the
Is
grading
the
for both
grading for
the
both the
assignment and
assignments
is it
and
just
is
for
it
the
just for the
assignment?
assignment?
Eh?
Is the
Is the
grading
grading
for the
assignment
and
and
attendance, or
attendance, or
is it just for the
for the
assignment?
assignment?
So your assignments, your attendance also act as your grading. Yes. Your attendance and assignment goes hand in hand for grading.
Okay, so
Do you
How are
understand?
we going to know that we've been graded?
How would you know if you've been graded?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You, when I grade, I don't think I've graded you for me at any point. Maybe that's why.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Maybe that's
She
why.
can check
But
her
for
grade
those,
on her dashboard.
for those that have been graded, they know the drill. So I would grade the remaining persons. Then for me, let us meet after this call. I have your message open already so that we can the GitHub. Yeah, so I think that makes
Okay, sir.
sense.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, in the
Hello,
absence
sir.
of
Hello, sir. I wanted to.
Hello, sir. Please.
Hello, sir. Please.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
yes, I can hear you all one by one. You know we can't one person per time. What's the issue?
Okay.
Okay.
It's not actually a
It's
question.
not
I just
actually a
have
question. I just have
a little opinion to
a
make.
little opinion to make.
There's actually
There's
a
actually a
Google Drive
Google
link
Drive
I
link
have. I
I
was
have.
ready
I
to
was
share it
ready
with
to
you.
share it with you.
Actually help us
Help us.
because
It was
from my
from
last
my last
boot camp, I'm actually
actually
a product
a
designer
product designer
who is
who is
transitioning into
transitioning into
front end.
front end.
front end. So in my last cohort, there are some lessons we had. So I think it will help us in understanding some things which you've been teaching here. So I don't know if maybe at any point any of the groups can be open. I just share the link.
Do you know how to message me?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Message me. Just message me. Let's.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, can hear you. Go on.
Okay, sir. Please, I also need your contact because in this group I don't have access to any group here. I don't have access here. So please, I need your contact.
So I have a question, sir.
What's the issue?
My first assignment has not been graded. So I don't know what's going on. I have to before the
Who asks questions again?
Sir. Mine is I came in late. So I missed the first assignment.
It's not possible now for you to have it.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Olarewaju, what's the issue?
It's concerning the first assignment.
Okay.
I submitted the first
assignment. I have not graded you.
The second one. The first one, sir.
Okay. You submitted both of them, right?
Yes, sir.
I will grade everybody. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I will grade everybody. Yeah, before the end of the day, check your dashboard. I will do that.
I want to say something.
Okay, go on.
All right, sir. It's concerning the graduation I observed in the group. Please, sir, can one of the group open, even if it is question group open, because there are some questions people asked earlier that benefited.
I will open all the groups today. As an example. If it becomes rowdy, we now close it back. So I'll open it this night.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Instead of opening all of the groups, can't you just create one particular group and maybe limit
Telegram does not support opening just one. If it closes all the group. That's the issue.
Okay.
That's what I intended to do at first, but I couldn't achieve that.
So what I said because I checked my assignment I posted on the second one undergrade and test assignment and still 0. Is that the grading system?
I didn't get that.
I said I don't know the grading system because I just checked my dashboard now what my assignment. I checked the assignment page. I'm seeing one that grade in the second assignment.
One in the second assignment.
That is this recent assignment that was submitted. I'm seeing one underneath. Is that the grading system for what?
You got one as a grade in the second assignment, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I know I graded some persons 1. The reason why I graded you 1 was even because you submitted. That was the 1. Don't laugh. The 1 was to actually give you credit for giving effort and pushing your code. But you submitted a URL that returned 404. Go and check your URL. I did not want to say it on the group, but like how many persons your URL returned 404? I can't see your assignment.
Sorry, sir. My URL is what, and I used my phone to check it.
Message me. Send me the URL. Send me your name. Let me confirm. I will not just grade you one. I know anybody I graded one was because that URL submitted 404. I was sure about that. So message me with your name. Message me with your URL. No problem. No problem. So good evening, everyone. Again, good evening. We had few challenges today. Most persons did not see my screen. It's not intentional. It's not network did its thing, and most persons still saw my screen and that. So please, I will be closing out this class at the moment. Tomorrow, we would proceed and have message. Just send me a message. So tomorrow we'll meet same time and we'll have a seamless class. Thank you, everyone.